Hello, everyone. It's Mike with FlowTrack. Thank you for joining me today. Today is going to be the Lunch and Earn session. And so I want to start off by just kind of going over a few things that the team has been working on, some of the things that we've done recently, and some things that are coming up this week and in the future. So also, I want to make sure you guys get all your questions and questions answered. So please go ahead and just drop them into the chat, and we'll make sure that we get all of your questions answered. This time is for you guys, so I'm going to make sure that we get everything answered. So let me go ahead and switch screens right here. So, all right, so one thing first is I just want to make sure that everyone saw this. I know this was fire. A lot of people loved this. We released the agency blueprint, and if you guys haven't got that already, I want to go ahead and drop that into the chat right here to make sure that you guys get this. So when you guys fill out this form, it's super important. I do want to share that the email that you use to fill out the form needs to match your FlowTrack account. If it doesn't match, it's not going to load the template, the agency blueprint in your account. So make sure that it matches. And we don't tell you if it matches or not because we're not going to expose who's a customer when you fill out the form or just put in a random email address. So it has to match. And it's going to say, if it does match, you're going to get an email. So make sure you fill that out. I just dropped a link into the chat so you can click down below somewhere right there and get that filled out. So in this agency blueprint, what do you get? Well, you get, I think it's like 16 different things, right? So it's the funnel that we use at FlowTrack. It's the forms, it's your sign-up form and the trial form and the enterprise onboarding form, automation flows, all this stuff in here. And we've been optimizing the heck out of this page, right? So this landing page, we've been constantly improving it to make it better, and we're now releasing it to everyone. So we got a ton of people that already executed this blueprint. This is great, and this is going to be the first of many more blueprints to come. We want things to be as easy as possible, one-click activation. But you guys can go through this guide after you fill out that form. You can kind of see what's in here. And at the end, it's pretty cool because it just tells you, hey, you watch the video, you read the slides, and at the end it says, now log in to activate your blueprint, right? And so this was part of a flow. You get the email with the PDF, and you're like looking in your email for the blueprint, like, where is it? I want the blueprint. And you get to the end, it just says, just log in now, and it's there, right? So pretty cool way to use the blueprint feature. Make people go in there and read about what they're getting before they actually open it. So by the time they do open it, right, they know what they got, and they have this cool guide to walk them through it. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and stay tuned for more different blueprints in there that the team's going to be adding. Some other things I want to announce, obviously we just added that link option for the SMS. So that's pretty cool. You guys can go in there and set the link on the SMS. We do have some other changes that are going to be coming in the website builder. So they're actually adding different pop-up triggers. They got exit intent and scroll intent. That's going to be in here on the pop-up manager. So if I start with a page, you got this button now, you got a pop-up menu, manager menu. I don't know if you guys saw that, but when you guys are adding pop-ups, there's going to be a little lightning bolt next to that this week, and you're going to be able to trigger based on scroll depth or exit intent, which is going to be really cool. So stay tuned for that. And again, go ahead and drop any questions you guys have in the comments below. And if you guys are watching this, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe, and make sure you click the notification bell so you get all the notifications when we go live. And make sure, if you're not already, to follow us on social media at YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And you guys can get all the updates. It looks like we got some questions popping in. I'm going to get to those in just a second, so make sure you're dropping all of your questions in the chat so we can get those answered. There is one other thing I want to show you guys to look out for this week, and we'll post an update in the Facebook group when it's live for you guys. We just launched it internally. Now we're going to roll it out to the white label sites, but it's going to be disabled by default. So you guys have a chance to go in there and customize it. But this is going to be under the white label settings. If you go into system emails, we have 4 new system emails that have to do with the 10 DLC registration process. So before you had to go and log in and check, if your campaign's been approved or your SMS plan or your company's been vetted, all of that. Now we have the system emails that'll notify the customer for you. So all you'll need to do is look out for those new, it's like approve or rejected. There's two of each kind, one for the company or brand and one for the campaign, aka plan. So you'll see those new system event emails in there. So go in and update that, get your logo in there and all that good stuff. So the old way you had to check your 10 DLC status was to go under phone numbers, click on SMS plan. You're going to see an error like this, right? And you can see why it was declined, and you can go ahead and update that. And so we added this cool little fix button here too. So you guys can go ahead and just relaunch the plan that you already configured, make the changes you need, resubmit it, and get that approved. So definitely some big enhancements on that flow in here for people. You know, the carriers have been getting more strict on approving different SMS campaigns, so they're really looking for more information. You know, how are customers finding your business? Why do you need to send them text messages? Stuff like that, and that's all to prevent, you know, the carrier's customers, make sure they're not getting spammed. So they're always improving that process. And so I'm going to go into, let's see, a couple other things that are coming this week. So we're going to have a new option in the Flow Builder to be able to do a branch based on a variable, which is going to be really cool. So a lot of people are waiting for, you know, the inbound SMS, so you can let's say there's two features everyone's waiting for. So we got the inbound SMS or wait for message. So this is going to allow people to wait for an SMS message that was inbound customer initiated, as opposed to waiting for a customer to reply to a message that you sent in FlowTrack. That's super useful when people are doing those keyword campaigns like text home to blah, 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 right? And so you can look out for that keyword and do a cool condition on that. And then the other one we're doing is the case or branch statement. So you can branch based on a form answer. You can branch based on, you know, some message content, looking for words in a text message. And you're also going to have the message body variable in there as a variable. So you'll be able to do a lot more stuff with that on the SMS side. And team's working hard on doing a lot of those quality of life enhancements, you know, little things that we can get in there that I think a lot of people would love and help you guys use FlowTrack more and more. So now I'm going to dive into some of the questions. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and dive in. So one person saying before, when I got the share links, the OAuth site images are scaled too big to see the brand proper. I'm not following your question. If you can repeat that another way. So the sharing seems to take the first image it encounters when the website is built. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. So in the website builder, there's there's basically like a meta tag. I forget the name of it. It's called, I'm drawing a blank off the top of my head, but there's a special, I think it's OG tag that you need to add for the preview image when you share. I'm going to make a note on that so we can get that added to the builder. So we can, I'll take a screenshot. So we can get that added to the builder so you guys don't need to go in there and add in some custom meta tag. That would be good if there's just an option in there to add the preview image. And so for those that don't know what we're talking about, that's when you share an image share a website on social media, it always shows you that kind of preview image, and we're going to give you the way to change that. So great question. That's going to result in a new feature to put in there for you guys. Let's say we got Red Light Media saying, when I had an issue with one of the sign-up forms on the new blueprint, it wouldn't show my package after I booked them up to the form. You want to show the package. Okay, so great question. And I think I know exactly what you're talking about. And I want to show you guys one thing that you guys can do with the blueprints. And I think this may be something we need to create some more instructions around. So let me go ahead and get the blueprint actually loaded in my test system. All right, it's okay. I'll just show you on our website. So if you go to flowtrack.co, I want to show you what this looks like over here. We'll pull it up in this browser tab. So you go to flowtrack.co. You're going to notice we have on our sign up buttons, we have this little code. And if you hover your mouse over it, you're going to see what this looks like. So I'm going to copy the link address and let's just paste it in here so you can see it somewhere. So we have this link address and I'm just pasting it in the search box so you can see it. But basically, you got two values in here. It says product ID, and you've got another one that says ICP ID, which just means included product ID, or IP ID. So basically, when you're adding your product to your form, you can, if you have, let's say, 4 products on your form, you can default your form to only show 1 or 2 or 3 instead of all of them. And so let me show you where you actually get that value. So, and just go to the FlowTrack website, you can get the example for what that looks like. But if you go into the form builder, and let's say you're designing a purchase form. So I'm going to come in here and design a purchase form. So for that, I'm just going to use the purchase element. And in the purchase element, when you add a product to your form, you can go ahead and see that this product has a little product item ID. Now, if you have multiple products on your form and you don't want to show them all on the checkout screen, you can just include that item ID in the query string and limit that on there. Now, why is that useful? Well, maybe you have like 3 different plans like this and you want to know, you just want to show the one the user clicked on, right? So I want to, they click on this button, then that's the plan that they see when they get to the order form. You don't want to ask them again, which of the 3 plans do you want? So that's when you'll actually put that item ID or that product ID in the URL. If you did have multiple products on your form, when the form loads, it's going to look for the ID in the URL. It's only going to show the one that's included. So in your use case, you can either just remove that from the link in the website builder so it's not limiting the product to that one, or you can include that one in the URL. Both options will work. So let me know if you have any more questions on that. We'll actually create a help article on that too. I'm not sure if we have that one, but it's a cool little feature in there that I don't know if everyone knows about. So, but definitely cool. Another person is saying, love this. So definitely welcome. I hope to do a lot more of these. And let's see, another person saying, another person's talking about deliverability issues, carrier blocking SMS. Is there a reason? FlowTrack saying you need to do extra steps to help with SMS delivery. So absolutely. So the carriers have been really cracking down in the campaign registry. They made a lot of changes recently. And there's really just been massive industry shifts when it comes to SMS. SMS used to just be like, if you send a text message, it gets delivered. And then, a while back, I think it was the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, ended up making a rule or clarifying a rule that said they have the authority to filter messages. And so when they did that, shortly after, they started filtering messages. And so now it's up to their discretion on, what they choose to filter and what they don't choose to filter. And it's kind of like email deliverability, right? There's a lot of different factors that can affect your SMS deliverability. And this is all new for everyone, right? And some of the things that we see carriers look at are, the reputation of the business that's sending messages. Since you're doing this 10 DLC registration, which just means you're registering your company to send SMS, you're going to be looking at the reputation of your sending. So if you have, let's say, 5 different phone numbers and one of them has a less favorable reputation than the other, that could affect your other phone numbers. If you've sent on another system and you burned a Twilio account or something like that, and then you try to come to FlowTrack and you're registering, they're going to see that this is the same company that has a reputation. So the reputation of your business is one, the content of your messages is going to be another, the reputation of your domain is going to be a third thing that they'll look at. And they even look at things like redirects. So if you have a text message where you click on it and it does a redirect to another system, Some people call those like trigger links or different things, right? That can actually affect deliverability negatively because a lot of times those redirects are not not the average expected message. So you want to look at all those factors, make sure that you guys don't have deliverability issues. Now, there is a thing that we have in our support portal which can help, right? And it's not guaranteed because a lot of it's going to depend on what the carriers want to do. You know, we can't control the carriers, so there's not a lot we can do except we can point you in the right direction to what we see work and what we see other customers do. But let me go ahead and share another article with you guys. So I'm going to pull up our support portal. This is support.flowtrack.co. And in the support portal, you can come in here and actually click on, I think it's phone. And then if you search for whitelist, how do you whitelist your phone number? This article is going to walk you through something that you can do that can affect the reputation of your phone number. So, and in here, there's this link to free call registry. Now, free call registry is like a way to contact like the main carriers all at once through one system. In here, if you fill out this form, it submits it to First, Orion, Haya, and TNS, which, you know, it's like AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. So in there, they're going to look at your phone registration. They're going to see that, you know, oh, I'm a legitimate business, and they're going to, you know, update the reputation of your phone number if they think that's a good idea to do, and you have, you know, you may be incorrectly categorized. So this has been typically used for phone calls. This is where you'll see like spam likely or telemarketer or something like that, which probably inaccurate for your business if you experience that, because I know no one here is fraud likely or spam likely, right? So you can go in here and fill out that form and request that to be reviewed. And so the same systems that they're using for these tagging of calls use the same type of systems for the categorization and scoring of your SMS messages. So if you have a good reputation in one, you should have a greater chance of having a good reputation for your sending. So it can be kind of annoying, and I know it's all new to everyone because they're constantly changing this, right? It seems like industry adjusts, and sometimes they adjust too hard, and then they go back, and they got to kind of find that sweet middle ground, because, you know, if they don't tighten it up enough, then you get customers complaining. They may get an unwanted message. If you tighten it up too much, then you get businesses complaining, saying they can't deliver their wanted messages. So carriers are still trying to find that balance, but go in here, check out this article on how to do that, how to whitelist your phone number, and you usually get a reply on this pretty quick, and they actually do reply, which is cool. And they'll tell you like, oh, your phone number is not listed, or we made an update, or whatever. So check that out, fill it out. But great question. And so the best thing you can do is really just make sure you have a good reputation on your phone number. Make sure you have a good reputation on your business. Make sure your website has a good reputation, and fill this out if there's any problems. So we'll go on to the next question. Another person is asking, if you have a sub-user outside of the US, are they still able to get approved for SMS? So I don't know off the top of my head about the outside the US. I just don't recall, but I don't know. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that one, and I can look at that for you. I think every business can get approved, but I don't know. So I don't want to give you the wrong answer on that one. But good question. Another person asking, can FlowTrack handle short codes? So absolutely, we can handle short codes. So you can reach out to us on that, or we also have some different integrations on there under settings, and a few different companies in there that offer short codes. So if you go back, and I'll exit the form designer, if you go into settings, you got SMS, you got Sluice offer short codes, Plevos offer short codes, and those would be two good options too, or you can reach out to us either way. And let's see, it says on my sub account, when an invoice is sent through a payment link, when you click the Pay Now button, the company routes to the white label when it should have the sub account name. So I think you're talking about the white label name. So unless you're a black label user, And let me explain what Black Label is for those of you that don't know. So Black Label allows your white label to create white labeled sub accounts, right? So your white label can create white labels, which is unique. So unless you're Black Label, in all cases, your sub accounts are going to be logging in under your white label brand, right? So they see your brand in there, and so that's why they'll see your white label domain when they go to the payment link. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Maybe that's something we can get added as a feature, maybe let you guys change the payment link on there, but right now the payment link is your white label domain on there. So by that, I'll add it as a feature request. Unless you guys don't want it, you can tell me now, no, we don't want that feature. But I'm sure no one will say no, they don't want a new feature, but we'll see. Another person saying, when I manually create a contact, uh, the address when entered does not get saved. I have to go in the contact again and input again. So I don't see who is typing that message, but if you can ping me and or support, just click on the little blue chat icon in here so we can see what you're seeing. We can get that looked at and help you out. And even better, if you guys ever make like a 30-second Loom video, show us what you're doing and on what page, and we can help you out with that. But we got support there 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to help you out. Another person saying hello. Let's see. So another person asking, can I market my white label flow track at the SaaS marketplace? So you guys can market your white label any way you guys see fit, right? Just make sure that you guys are always compliant with terms of service. That's about it. So you guys can do what you guys do best and market your system how you guys see fit. So have fun. Definitely. Let me know if you have any more specific question on that. Happy to answer. Another person saying, is there any way to warm up automated emails in FlowTrack? Most of your testing seems to be getting flagged as promotions. So the promotions tab, that would be like mostly a Gmail thing. And there's actually a really cool tool that I always use or try to always use before I send out emails. And that's something called Glock Apps. And so Glock Apps, I'm going to try to pull it up really quick so I can show you guys what it is. But it's an email deliverability checker. And the thing I like most about this one is the fact that it gives you like a seed list. And a seed list is like, a list of like 80 email addresses. And you can just send your email, blast your email to those 80 email addresses. And they're email addresses at the actual companies, right? So it's going to be like your Gmail and your Hotmail and your Outlook and all the GMX and all these different things. And it does a real test and actually tells you where did your email show up when it got delivered. And so it's going to give you a cool report, and it's going to show you, what inbox or promotions or spam it went to, and it's going to give you different suggestions. Like you may have certain keywords in your email that you might need to look at removing. If you're doing a lot of like click here, buy now, deal, discount, right? You might be kind of getting thrown into that promotions folder. So it's a great way to see where you're going. And there's another one, it's like Mail Tester, I think it's called, or Mail Dash Tester. Yep, that's what it is, Mail Dash Tester. And so this is another one you can use, and this one's free. Glock Apps gives you like 5 free credits. But this one, Mail Tester, this is just one. It's not checking your deliverability. It's more of just checking your spam score. So you can try this out and also give you ideas for different keywords that you may be using. In general, if you guys are doing email, the emails designed in the Flow Builder, if you guys are using the graphical email, those tend to have a little bit of a higher chance of going to the promotions folder because it looks like a newsletter, right? So if you guys are using the send email step, let's say I open this up and you guys are in the visual email builder. If you guys are using one of the templates or anything in the visual email builder, those do have, I think, a slightly higher chance of going into the promotions folder because it looks like a promo, right? So definitely keep that in mind. You may want to use the text email. So we obviously have the text email builder here to help with that. So either one you guys want to use, you got those two options. But when you guys are want to use Glock apps, we have this send test email button right here. Once you fill all this stuff out, that button will be clickable and you can paste the seed list or just the one email, right? You can paste this email to send a test email to that address so it can give you that score, which will be a good way to help troubleshoot that. But it's a good practice to always do that with your email to make sure that you get inboxed and have the best spam score before you send it, because you can't unsend it, right? So there you go. Let's see. Another person saying no sound. Well, I hope everyone else can hear me, so you may want to refresh and hopefully you get sound. That would be bad if I was talking for this long with no sound. Let's see. I may have auto muted. Is it just me? Am I talking to everyone? Auto muted. I don't know. Drop a 1 in the comments if you guys can hear me. People are saying sound is fine, so that's fine. All right, I'll go on to the next question. So another person is saying, can we do messaging with WhatsApp if SMS is becoming so challenging? Absolutely. So that's why we, made WhatsApp in here. So you guys have a couple different options on how you can get WhatsApp integrated. That's actually really easy to do. You guys can just come in here under the chat and you can click on inboxes. And once you go to inbox, just go ahead and click on add new. And we have actually 2 options in here for WhatsApp. So when you click on it, it's going to say which WhatsApp provider do you want to use. We actually support both WhatsApp Cloud and Twilio. So WhatsApp Cloud is your Meta, and then Twilio is kind of like the middleman to Meta. And so if you go back into the instructions, there is actually a guide in here on getting that set up. And so if you go into here, let's see, there it is right here. So you can just follow this guide, how to connect your WhatsApp Cloud. And we do give you kind of step-by-step tutorial with, screenshots and all that. Meta didn't make it super easy to get your WhatsApp connected. So you do have to go through a few steps in there to get that connected, but absolutely, definitely use WhatsApp. Let's see, we got another person's asking about the scroll bar. You can now see it. Oh yeah, I don't think we updated everyone on that. So yes, the scroll bar is more visible now in the website builder, so you guys can see that. Let's see. Someone's asking about SMS deliverability testers. So I haven't heard of that. It seems like it would be a really cool idea. If someone hasn't done that yet, then I think that would be a great business idea. So if someone's ever seen that for SMS deliverability testers, go ahead and drop that in the comments. I think people would love that. Short of buying a phone on each carrier and testing it yourself. But yeah, I think that could be a cool product. Cool product. Another person is asking, is there a possibility of inserting your own template through HTML? So we are going to be giving people the ability to create their own templates. It's really going to be through like the Blueprint library, and you'll be able to share between accounts or through different sub-accounts or any way you want. And that's going to be the best way to get your templates in there. Now, in terms of just importing some HTML from anywhere, that's going to be something that you won't be able to do, mostly because every HTML is going to be formatted differently. And, the pages built in the website builder are fast because they're built in the website builder and it's, good, clean code. So we're not really going to try to parse some other page designed by some other system and have potentially a mess of code to import. So, but yeah, that'll be the best way to do it. Put the templates in the Blueprint library. And in fact, you guys should get a head start and start designing the templates you want now. So when we do roll out the Blueprint library, you got some stuff to publish in there. So stay tuned on that. Let's see. So someone's asking, can you put WhatsApp in flows like replies? So the first step of the new wait for message step is actually just the chat messages and the SMS. We still got some work on there to add in all the hooks for WhatsApp and email, but we do want to get it so all the channels are supported on that wait for step. There's just a lot of little things we got to plan for on that, especially with the email, because some people are using the SendGrid, some people are using their own SMTP, and some people are using all different stuff, but we're going to get that in there. That's on our list. Someone's asking, when will the direct integration for WhatsApp come? So that is the direct integration, right? So the direct integration is through Meta. That's what they're calling their, WhatsApp product, WhatsApp Cloud. So you got direct integration in there, and you got Twilio, so you can do both. Let's see. Someone's asking, what actually happens after a free trial ends and no credit card has been asked for yet? So you got a lot of flexibility there on what you want to happen. First of all, you can take advantage of the automation flows to send out some emails, hey, your trial is ending, why don't you sign up? You also have some different emails that go out under system emails. So system emails, I think you got, I think there's one in here. Let's see. You got the new user one. Let's see, you got the auto recharge failed. So if someone's card didn't go through, you can definitely send them a message on that. But there's no trial ending email. And I think that would be pretty cool to have in there. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that question too. And we'll get a template in there for you. So you can just have a system email built in there. And don't have to build a flow around that. But you can do any email in the flow. So if you guys have a 14-day trial, send out an email, day 5 and 10 and 13, and you can do it that way. And I'll get that one added to the system email list. Let's see. One person's asking, are we going to put email and mailing list workspace? Doesn't want to use the flows and wants to have another way to send email. So we do want to add another way to send email. Having to build a flow, if you're just sending one email, can be inefficient. So we want to make it easier and make it so you can just click a one-off email and send something. So that is on our list too. And I'm going to make sure and I screenshot that and follow up on that one. Another person saying, when can we expect to see the option to send email to a single contact or a list? I think that's what the other question was, so definitely stay tuned on that. Is there still video conferencing planned, like Zoom within the app? So are you talking about the connecting the Zoom, or are you talking about it says video conferencing like Zoom in the app? So if you can clarify that one. So we do have requests for the Zoom I'm thinking about the calendar. So we do have something we're looking at on the chat for the video, which we haven't announced yet, but let me know what you're thinking about if you want to clarify that question. Let's see, and does the system automatically ask for a credit card at that time, or would a flow have to be made to do that? So the best way to do that, ray of light, is if you want to sign someone up for your paid plan after the trial, just send the link to the form. And you don't have to do anything special when you're emailing the link. If you just include the link to the form or even a link to the web page you have, if you're sending this email through a flow, it's going to recognize that this is a known person, right? Because we're emailing them, and it's going to tag that link with their contact info. And it'll actually pre-populate the form with the data that you have. So you can send them back to your order page or to a checkout page, and they can buy that product. Another way you could do it is you could just tell them to log in. Now, when they log in, if they go to My Account under Billing, this is where you can go switch your subscription or add a subscription here, and you'll see a button up here on the top right, and that's how you're going to be able to add a subscription or change your subscription. So the form way may be the easiest way, so you don't have to tell people to log in and then click on this and then click on that and then click on that, right? They can just go right to the checkout form and do that in there. So that is that. And let me know if you guys have any more questions so we can go ahead and get all of your questions answered in here. I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes to start popping some stuff in here. And we can go ahead and get that answered. So another person's asking, do we have the ability to do approvals before a calendar appointment actually gets booked? So absolutely, you have the ability to do approvals. You have the ability to set your own statuses too for the event. So you may have something as simple as approved or declined, or you may have some other statuses like qualified or pre-qualified or whatever you want in there. So you guys can customize those as well, and you can have it approved before it gets booked. And you can also disable or enable the Google Mail or Microsoft Calendar notifications, so you can have it only come from your system. You can also hide the guest list if it's like a group calendar. There's a lot of little settings in there, and I think we're on track for Wednesday on that. So we'll get the calendar out to you guys, and you guys will see that very, very soon. So I'm excited to show you guys that one because I know you guys have been waiting for Calendar 7.0 now for quite a while. And yes, I do say Calendar 7.0 sarcastically. So let's see, can we allow multiple people to book for the same event in the same calendar? Absolutely. So that's basically the group session option in the booking. So you can say allow up to 10 people to book at this time, and it'll show that time as available on the calendar until that slot is full. And so that's perfect if you're doing like a coaching class, right? And you're charging for your coaching class, so you have a payment form in the front, and then the max 10 people per class type of thing. So 100% you can do that. That's actually why we added the feature on there to limit the whether you can control whether the people can see the guest list or not. So you may have groups where you don't want them to see each other, right? Or at least their contact info on the event. So you'll have that option in there. But great question. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe so you guys get notifications. Hitting the like button definitely helps us out. And so definitely smash that. It looks like that's all the questions for today. We got some cool features coming out tomorrow. Like I said, we got the branch test that's going to split based on some variable. We got the wait for reply step that's going to now wait for any type of reply, even if it wasn't initiated from FlowTrack. And we also got wait for any reply, which is cool. So you don't have to wait for a specific keyword, although you could just wait for anything. But if you guys have any more questions, drop them into the group. But I appreciate you guys joining me today. I'll see you guys tomorrow with some updates. And then again on Caviar Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.